As Chapter 10 says, beyond the Earth, Russian plans to explore the solar system, alone and with friends. Okay? It's a deep dive into the early Venusian projects and the early Mars projects and the early lunar projects, all of which were actually run. And then, of course, the well-hidden, never discussed 1971 lander, the size of this book, which landed on Mars and took one half of a photograph for 70 seconds and then died. And when that happened, it never happened. The Russians never spoke of the PROPM project, which was their prop lander that actually made it to Mars in 1971. Then we have the possible future of exploring the planets. Why? Because it's out of the Cosmonautica magazine and documented by the Roscosmos Encyclopedia. Gigantic projects for Mars, including a hot air balloon that would have raised the rover and flown at 20 miles at night and dropped it down again during the day. They had a huge rover project that we worked on with them in 1996 to 2000, and what happened? Oh, we said goodbye, and then we made our fast, cheap, and out-of-control rovers based on that contact, and it really pissed them off. Venus probes, Jupiter probes, Saturn probes, all laid out. And then we have what they would have done alone, because we couldn't work with them in the 2000s and beyond. We have, again, Mars projects. We have Jupiter projects. We have Saturn projects. All of them designed down to the most minute detail for you in this book. Then we have the gigantic TWIST Mars project, which would have landed 5 people on Mars in 1989. All these things were possible without question if they had continued with the N1. Then we have the lunar projects, which were the early projects from '74, all the way to the Buran type projects with gigantic 5-man landers and 2 or 3-man rovers that you could drive around like a tank. All designed down to the millimeter, all reasonable, nothing crazy. Then we have the Soyuz replacement that was begun in 2009, which will never happen, but my God, it's laid out in detail. Yes, indeed. And of course, the hotel they wanted to put on the ISS, but not after 2022. Never.